Welcome back to WHHI Daily News. Joining me now is Marilyn Harris. She is a volunteer with the United Way of the Lowcountry. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
And you have a big event coming up. It's the Women United Power of the Purse event.
Yes.
Okay, you told me this. It's a big fundraising event, is it not?
Yes.
Okay, when is it taking place, and then tell me what it involves.
So it takes place on March 9th at 6 p.m. at the Saltas River Grill in beautiful Beaufort by the Bay.
Awesome.
So it's a wonderful waterfront restaurant. So it's going to be a very nice event.
Right. And you do an auction, correct?
We do an auction.
Okay.
And the auction is kind of fun because we started out with the name Power of the Purse. Right. And so some of the auction items are gently used higher end purses.
Oh, and you know how we love our purses.
We love our purses. So, so they're gently used higher end purses, right, and other things, sure, donations. They may be golf rounds. Super. They're packages that are donated by local vendors and craftspeople. Wonderful Lowcountry art.
Wonderful.
Jewelry, all sorts of things that help us to raise money.
Again, the date again is?
March 9th.
In Beaufort at the
Saltas River Grill.
Now tell me, you've said it raises a lot of funds for the United Way, but of the Lowcountry, but the funds are earmarked for particular areas,
yes,
to assist people. Tell me what those are.
So they fund our Women United education initiatives, which are also education initiatives of the United Way of the Lowcountry.
Okay. And what does that involve?
Okay. So there are 4 scholarships. Operation Backpack. Right.
That helps the kids as far as having supplies and things for school, right?
Mimi's Closets,
okay,
which is a teacher supply closet.
And what does Mimi's Closet provide?
So Mimi's Closets are actually teacher supply closets that we put in schools. Good. We start with Title I schools. And these provide supplies to teachers, school nurses, administrators, and others. And we try very hard not only to supply the things that they ask us to supply, but things that typically a teacher might reach into his pocket or purse and pay for out of pocket.
And you want to know, that happens a lot, does it not?
It does.
And then in the more areas where the need is greater,
yes,
the teachers, as we know, we've even heard from Governor McNair, are not paid, exorbitant salaries, right, so that could be painful. But Mimi's Closet, you were telling me before, and we'll fill people in, that you actually fill needs as far as, and I'm sensitive to this because I wear 2 hearing aids, where you have found out in the past someone will say to you, there is a child, the parents can afford, their rent, food, but hearing aids, which, by the way, are extremely expensive, not covered by insurance. You've helped out with that, right?
Through our Breaking Barriers initiative,
okay,
Breaking Barriers to Education.
Okay,
but
super.
Thank you for asking about that, because that's the 4th of the initiative. So this was a great
Okay, good. I didn't mess it up too badly.
No, you didn't. But through our Breaking Barriers to Education, we use that fund as sort of a flexible fund to help fill in the gaps where there is a need. And the amazing staff with the United Way of the Lowcountry receives these requests, and they can identify the needs that need to be funded through our Breaking Barriers Fund.
So they have those relationships, say, with a school nurse,
yes,
or with a school counselor,
right,
so they'll know the need is there. And maybe they lend the assistance without, causing a lot of embarrassment for that student who may need like some clothes or shoes, as you said, that kind of thing too.
Yes.
I'm going to tell people, I know maybe that you are the Mimi of Mimi's Closet, so kudos to you for seeing that need and filling it. We're almost out of time, but again, I would have fun if I went to this, wouldn't I?
You would.
Okay.
You would.
Okay.
Saltas is an amazing venue. The food is so good, and it's for a wonderful cause.
I mean, have fun, but do something good in the interim too, with a lot of great auction items.
Yes, and may I mention one more thing?
Absolutely.
Our scholarships are typically for non-traditional female students who want to go back to school to complete their education.
Good for you. I think that's fantastic. I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was great information to give out to folks. Marilyn Harris, thanks.
Thank you.
And we will be back in just a moment.